Fans, we're back. We've been joined by an additional member of the dance team and co-captain Tara Lloyd. Tara, we've already talked to these girls some about it. Now, you all spend a lot of time practicing, a lot of time working, and obviously you've got to balance that out with school. How hard is it to balance dance and academics?
It's pretty hard. I mean, like, we try to keep the practices as minimal as possible and then try to get everything done at the same time. So, I mean, we work hard at our practices when we go, but, I mean, you got to focus on school most of all. So, got to keep your academics
I think
up.
that school also helps because you have to keep above the average just to be on it.
So it's a good motivation to keep your grades up. That way you can continue to dance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've actually had a few girls that's done kind of bad that won't get to perform.
So it's just like in football. If you don't make the grades, you don't play.
Yeah.
Now, as the captains of the team, do you all monitor the academic performance of the people that you're the captains of? Try to motivate them to do better?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we all have a big part in it. We all like, better do good, show practice, come on, like we're all in a big team about it. Like,
We
do
all,
good
like,
so
help
we
each
can,
other.
we help each other out.
But as a team, if one of you doesn't do good, it kind of brings the whole team down.
Right.
Because you got to switch around the whole routine and fix it all.
Now, you spoke earlier in the first segment, about losing some members of the team. How much does that change when a couple of members have to drop out?
Tremendously.
A lot. I mean, you have to go back and backtrack and change the whole routines that you've already learned and
You just
spots
lose them and you just gotta, because like we had those girls was strong, and we lost a good group of strong girls, and then we kind of like had to change. We couldn't do some tricks or couldn't do this thing because we lost them, so we had to kind of switch it out. Yeah, and then Tyler and Paul jumped in.
So that makes it
So,
even more important in the future to try to get more people available for the team.
yes. So.
And, I've noticed some dance teams in the past haven't, they just come out there and just straight up danced. You all seem to have more going on. Like, I know that some of you have done stunts type stuff.
Yeah. We try to put tricks and stuff in it and make it fun. I mean,
I would definitely say that this year, out of the last 3 years that I've done this is probably the best.
Yeah.
Even with less girls, this is probably the best. And these girls get along so good.
I don't think we've had any drama on the team at all this year.
None.
I mean, none.
That's pretty impressive because when
Thanks.
I talk to people that coach girls sports, sometimes that becomes an issue. I've got a friend that used to be the softball coach up at Cumberland Gap, and he was ready to kill himself at the end of the season. He's like, it was just nothing but drama. So it's really good that you all don't have that going
We
on.
mainly try to have fun with it. Make it our own, Still gotta keep our standards with the dances and stuff and can't make it,
Right.
Too much.
Now, do you approach anything differently as captains when dealing with Paul and Tyler than you do with the rest of the group?
No.
Or do you just straight line, same with all of them?
It's pretty much all the same. I mean,
We're all equal.
yeah.
Change the dance.
We changed the dances a little bit, yeah, but other than that, no, it's all the same.
Not big on technical aspects, obviously, because I'm a layman, but are there things that guys can do that girls maybe
Yes.
can't in some instances?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
yes.
We're-
They are strong and, yeah,
Glad we got them.
yeah. I don't know where we'd be if we didn't have them.
It makes adding the tricks and stunts and stuff a lot
Oh,
easier.
yeah,
I would think.
yeah.
And I guess lifts and things like that
Yeah.
become.
And I noticed the one that we videoed the other night, there was a thing where you all were doing some sort of flip, and then I noticed that Paul was right in there.
Yeah, we tried to do it with the girls and it wasn't going over right, so we had to put the two guys in
Not
there.
even that they're stronger. It's just that they're guys and they've done different sports than we have. So as say football, he can give us new ideas and like motivate us and like he shows us like football workouts and new dance moves for us to do and stuff.
Do you all actually, other than practicing routines, do you go to the gym and work out as well?
No.
Me and Stormi have.
Yeah.
No, maybe Paul will get you in the weight room. He looks like he's pretty well put together.
I'd say Paul and Tyler's probably,
Yeah.
they go.
Paul does.
But
Obviously, Paul has to for a lot for football. And then you have the off season though. Figured maybe you all would get yourself in some pump and iron.
No, but that's
We
a
need
good idea
to.
for next year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Definitely next
really,
year.
yeah. Something I have to look into.
hopefully we'll have a bigger team.
And I mean, you've got Tom, that means you have Chris, so you don't have any
Right.
Oh, yeah.
lack of help with that.
Now, when is your team for next year determined? Do you do it in the spring? Do you do it in the summer? Will it be part of the crew that maybe goes to your potential competition, or?
Hopefully. I'm hoping that all these girls try out again. I would love
Plus
to have them
about
all.
10, 20 more.
Hopefully we are able and allowed to let more girls on it next year. That's why I'm hoping competition goes very well to get
Now,
more.
in the competition squad, I don't know, would that have be any affiliation with the school, or would that just be, would you be considered a separate dance team?
No, what's be CCHS dance team?
Well, I remember the cheerleaders last year went to the Gatlinburg, whatever competition. So it would be like that.
Now,
I've been to the competition in Chattanooga before to cover, like when Twist and Shout would go
Yeah.
to it. So I'm familiar with the competition.
I know that cheerleaders go to like cheer camp every year. Is there a dance camp that you all could go to?
Actually, we was talking about that. We want to do that next year, make it better. Just these past years, we've been juggling through coaches and stuff, and hopefully we get to stick with Tom and Karen and
With Tom's two new
Catherine
additions to
and
the
Kelly.
coaching staff
For sure.
coming up, hopefully that'll still be possible.
Right.
I know that would be tough to lose her as a coach right now. I mean, you've talked about the
Yeah.
turnover. And
Especially with her having twins and stuff.
that point, I say, as you spoke earlier, it's a matter of just raising the adequate funds to do a lot of the stuff you all want to do. And we were talking about how it's basically, to me, unfair that you all don't get some kind of board concession stand or something like that from the
Like I
school.
said, I know at least the cheerleaders get to sell ads from the football program.
Well, we try to do more fundraisers. I mean, like, we paid most of our outfits and stuff, we fundraise. Like, we really haven't paid that much out of pocket. So, I mean, we fundraise a lot, get all that.
from the shirts we made.
Yeah, the shirts.
And honestly, this is probably not the best economic times the last few years to have to go out and hit up businesses for money.
And especially since we started so late with the sponsors and stuff, most of the people wouldn't do it because they already sponsored the football or basketball or cheerleaders or something.
You all probably should start that
Sooner.
basically now.
Like I said, when you have tryouts, probably the very first team meeting should be fundraising.
Right.
Now,
It's a big part of it.
are all of you juniors this year?
Yes.
So you'll all be back next year?
Are there any
Yes.
seniors on the team?
No.
There's only juniors and freshmen. There's 3 freshmen and the rest are juniors.
That's, that's an odd makeup. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
you should be up there shaking that sophomore class.
And I don't even think we had any sophomores and seniors try out this year, did we? I mean, it was just juniors and
No, we
freshmen.
did have a senior. It was Chris.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had one.
And she made it.
It is a lot of hard work and dedication, and especially since you all work all summer.
Right.
And I know a lot of people want to just go out and have fun, I guess you would say, in the summer, but it's really worthwhile and to go out and be on the dance team. You don't get to do stuff like that once you leave high school, really. I mean, this is your only shot at it to ever get to do this kind of thing.
The rare person might get a shot in college, but that's a 1 in 10,000 chance probably.
Ashley benched it.
Not a ton of opportunity at the next level. I mean, they're not saying that you all couldn't do that at college if that's what you want to do. But for the wide net of the dance team, I mean, if you want to get 15 or 20 people on there, that's just a good thing to do. If you don't participate in any other sports especially, but even if you do, if you're in a spring sport or a fall sport, you all go through basketball season with your season. So, I mean, that gives you plenty of time. So you give up, how many days a week do you practice in the summer?
1 or 2. 1.
It's 1 day a week, that's not.
Some, most of the girls work, like have a job, so it's hard to work around that too.
Very hard to work.
Sometimes we'll meet up a day that all of us can and just practice.
I imagine,
Outside of gym.
with so much coordination needed, it's kind of tough to do that when it's just part of the team there.
It is. I mean, you have to really have everybody there to actually get a full practice in, because not everybody, I mean, you have to go back and backtrack, and it just takes up time. But we get it done.
Yeah.
Well, so you all performed well in the show that we were at, that, I guess the last show you had, since you weren't able to do it the last couple of games, you all performed flawlessly. It was a really good routine, did a really good job.
Can't wait till you see next.
It's a new one, yeah. The new one's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
Then
We
So
worked
ones.
hard on it.
Be a little bit, what, do you know what game that'll be at?
The next
The
one,
next home game.
So sometime
January, I think it's
January.
January 13th is the next game.
Now,
I
I'm
think.
curious, did you all have a Christmas routine prepared? I know that there were some things that happened that didn't allow you to actually make it out there,
We didn't
but I
put
didn't know if
a,
you did a Christmas routine or you just had other routines.
we didn't get a chance to make one. So I was hoping we'd get to do it with the cheerleaders.
We're trying to hear something back from the
Yeah,
cheerleaders.
but we
We never
just,
really-
it just never happened.
It is very hard to coordinate sometimes
Yeah.
like that. But, you know, come out to the dance, come out to the basketball games. The dance team, if they come to you asking to sponsor, you can sponsor better people than these girls. They work hard. They appreciate you a lot for helping them out, because, you know, they don't get as much help as some of the other things do, so, you know, I say go out
Like I
and see
said,
them.
no concessions, no football parking, zero support from the school on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
So come out, sponsor them, you know. If you see them running around at the game, give them $1. Everyone helps, you know. They got this competition coming up in a few months, and I would love to see them represent Campbell County down there. And they'll go out and do well and make the community proud. You make the community proud at every game, and you all deserve just as much help as anybody else gets.
Thank
You're welcome.
All right, fans, that wraps up this Festivus edition of Sports Chat, and we will see you all in 2014.